The valises were aligned by the entrance, my vehicle idling outside, the aerodrome transfer timed precisely. I was humming out of routine, not gaiety. For months I had been contriving this. Flights, lodging, a meticulously woven week of opulence in the continent, not just for me, but for them, my parents, their inaugural time stepping outside the nation, their first taste of the world I had constructed with my own effort. Then, as I stood there holding their travel documents, my mother Emily's utterances severed through me with the precision of a scalpel. ***, your sister Charlotte required some respite, so we elected to accompany her. She smiled when she articulated it, a grin that didn't quiver with guilt, but blossomed with prerogative. My father John assented, evading my gaze, already transporting her luggage instead of mine. And my sister, the ***, unemployed parasite who had drained years of my endeavor, signaled at me smugly, clutching the boarding passes I had procured. I didn't dispute, I didn't inquire why. I just permitted the stillness to grow weighty in my thorax, because I already knew how this story would conclude. I had been their source of pride once, the child who studied late, labored longer, and fabricated something from nothing. Every advancement, every agreement signed, every sleepless evening spent pushing past exhaustion, I believed I was executing it for us, for kinship. But somewhere along the trajectory, kinship transmogrified into another term for leverage. My sister Charlotte was always the frail one, the one who wept until she achieved her objective. They labeled her delicate, sensitive. I designated her manipulative. When I bought them this excursion, it wasn't just a donation. It was a declaration. Behold, I carried us far enough to tender you the globe. And yet, in the instant of veracity, they exchanged me for her without hesitation. I observed it months prior in minor fractures. The way my mother Emily's voice softened when my sister Charlotte communicated. The way my father John abruptly forgot my accomplishments in conversations, but recited hers like verse, though she had none. Don't be unduly severe on her, my mother would state. ***, she's endeavoring. Endeavoring what? Endeavoring to squander years, endeavoring to cling to anyone who could defray the expenditure. And still, I maintained my smile. I retained my silence, because every fragment of betrayal they presented me was another implement, another angle to hone. That day at the aerodrome, as they proceeded away without me, my heart didn't fragment, it also. I had already made preparations. I had already selected the instrument. They believed they were entering the continent with my finance. What they didn't know was they were entering my theater. Because in every reservation confirmation, every itinerary, every clause of fine print, I had been attentive, so very attentive. The flights were authentic. The hostelry was genuine. The five-star resort in the heart of Europe, say, Rome, was real. I spared no cost on the guys. But here was the dissimilarity. The chambers were reserved under my name. The credit card associated with every reservation was mine. The luxury was accessible only as long as I sanctioned it. Their boarding passes. Yes, I permitted them to fly. I wished them to. I desired them to savor the continent, to detect its aroma, to feel the ancient stones beneath their footwear, to capture images believing they had *** finally arrived, and then I desired it all to disintegrate. The inaugural day went smoothly. I ensured it. They checked in, marveled at the suite, swam in the heated basin, uploaded photographs for the world to observe. Look how cherished we are. Look what our child furnished us. But on the second day, when the *** hostelry personnel rapped on their entrance at midnight with an expenditure my sister Charlotte couldn't settle, confusion set in. Their access cards ceased functioning. Their luggage was locked in storage. By the third day, the guided visits were nullified. Their names weren't on the rosters. The eateries denied their reservations. And by the fourth, when the front desk informed them their sojourn was terminated, the actuality landed heavier than any aircraft. My device buzzed. ***, unanswered calls, recorded messages, desperate communications accumulating. Why are our cards being rejected? They're stating the bookings were cancelled. What is occurring? We're marooned here. I responded once, just once enough to permit them to hear the steadiness in my voice. ***, you stated, my sister Charlotte required the respite. You were correct. She can rest on the *** street benches of Europe. As for you, relish the excursion. It's precisely what you selected. My mother Emily's voice cracked, suddenly divested of assurance. My father John's silence was louder than her agitation. And my sister Charlotte, I could perceive her weeping in the background, the spoiled child realizing there was no security net this time. I disconnected before they could complete their utterances. They returned a week later, exhausted, humiliated, mute. They didn't speak of Europe again. The photographs they uploaded were deleted. The narrative they shared with acquaintances was vague, replete with discrepancies. But I knew, and more importantly, they knew, betrayal had a levy, and I made certain they defrayed it entirely. Now, when I contemplate that excursion, I don't envision their mirth or their betrayal. I envision the stillness at the aerodrome when they saw me, waiting to retrieve them again, just as planned. Only this time, they didn't smile. This time they looked defeated.